Hey everyone, this is Derek Davis of Jurassic Outpost and Jurassic Time, and I have right here the Dr. Collector Presents Jurassic Park The Lost Memories box. So we're gonna take a look at this thing. Now I already got the plastic wrapping off this because it was a little smushed during shipping, but it's not Dr. Collector's fault. You gotta love the postal service, but at least the whole box does look pretty nice. I love the color there, the red to the yellow and everything. So I do love this box. And the only reason why I even mentioned that I already took it off is because the back of this, it had this on the back, which is just like a general information sheet on everything that's in the box. But hey, no spoilers. I'm not going to really look at that right now because we're going right in. So the first thing I see here is the International Genetic Technologies Classified Information Envelope. So let's have a look at this. Oh, I love the detail on the back. Oh, look at that, the Sorna. It looks pretty nice. We make your future. That is such a cool design. So yeah, let's get this open. Okay, so as you can see, this is everything that's inside that envelope. So we have a San Diego Teller newspaper with the dinosaur attacks downtown San Diego, which obviously is a scene from the Lost World Jurassic Park. We have a Las Cinco Muertes map, which we will unfold in just a moment. And there is also this T-Rex like postcard or photograph. Actually, it's just a photograph because it's very kind of shiny photograph paper. Nothing on the back. So yeah, it's definitely a photograph. I guess this is the picture that the little boy takes right before it, is seen chewing on their dog. And presumably in the script, it also breaks through the house and attacks them further, if I remember correctly. So anyway, that is definitely pretty cool to have that. So first, let's actually open more of this newspaper to see what's inside there. Here's a better look at the front first, just to get a nice view of that. Obviously, it's got the creases like a folded up newspaper would. So that is pretty cool cover. But now let's look inside. Here's the left side of the newspaper. And I love it. Definitely has like that feel of like a newspaper. So it definitely feels legit. There's another picture from the San Diego sequence. Engine CEO missing. Oh no. Oh no, Peter Ludlow. I'm so sorry. Then we have down here the engine founder reveals there are more dinosaurs. I guess he's talking about Isla Sorna. So we've got a nice picture of John Hammond right there. Always love to see that. Now on the other side, it's the mystery of the SS Venture. It's got a nice picture of the Venture right there at the top. So obviously it goes into none of the crew members on board the SS Venture survived, as well as trying to determine the causes of death. Investigators are exploring why no alarm was raised. Why, indeed, negligence. So, look at the back of the paper. It ate a stoplight. That's a nice little headline there. And then it also mentions disgraced professor vindicated. A nice picture of Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm. And, we love that for him. I'm glad he got vindicated after the San Diego sequence. It took a few people to die for it to happen, but life found a way. So there you go. That's the newspaper. Obviously, you'll have to get this to really have a nice read through, but I can't wait to read through this myself. Now, here is the unfolded Las Cinco Muertes map, which has all of the islands right there, the 5 deaths, as they are known as. So they're all right there, pictured there. Kind of like how they are pictured in the movie. So that's pretty cool. And here's like a little information panel on the side as well. A lot of technical details that I'm sure they put a lot of cool research into. In my little interview that I did with Kiko, one of the designers of this set, he mentions this map and how it came to be for this box. So definitely check that out. And this is the map folded back up. As you can see, here's the opening panel of it. Nothing else except blue on this side of the map. That was everything that was inside the envelope. Very Lost World centric for that envelope, which makes sense. But now we have this cool little goodie bag for Jurassic Park with the nice Ford Explorer colors. Same on both sides. So yeah, let's see what's inside this bag. Okay, so as you can see, there is a lot that was crammed inside this bag, which is great. We have a park map on this side, which I'm going to open in a moment later on, but I'm sure it's probably like the other park maps that we have seen in these sets before, but it's still great to have one here. Now, this might be one of my favorite things, even though, it's just a tiny little thing. It's a Cohen, Swain, and Ross card. Now, fans of the novel will know those are the name of the associates that Donald Gennaro represents. He's the attorney lawyer for them. So that is really cool to have this card for a nice novel reference. And I'm a huge fan of the novel, so it is definitely nice to have that. And then we also have these nice photographs here. Again, it's just like the ones in the Lost World box. It's just a nice photograph of Hammond and the kids, Tim and Lex, and also one of Grant and Sattler. So there you go. Nice glossy finish to that. Now here, we'll get a look at this right now. It's the Park Drive, and it looks like it's a vehicle instructions and safety guidelines kind of fold out manual. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so the first fold of this is this Park Drive itinerary, and it has a nice park map and the different logos and insignias of the dinosaurs and certain locations like the visitor center on this map. So then we'll fold this further open. And let's see if my camera can even get this whole thing. Now it's the vehicle interior highlights. So it's kind of like a breakdown of what is inside the interior of the Ford Explorer. So it's got like the road sensors, the intercoms and the interactive CD-ROM. So this is definitely a cool setup here. All right, so then it folds out even further to this Park Drive safety guidelines on the back. So it has like different key points like keep the windows closed and do not leave the vehicle. And in case of emergency, there's several details listed there. No smoking, of course, and follow our dino watching guidelines. And it even has like a breakdown of what's in those cases. It has like a walkie-talkie, a first aid kit, of course, the flares, which come into play in the movie, of course, and also the night vision goggles. So that is definitely a cool breakdown. And even over here has like do not feed the animals, and of course there's a goat there, so that's a cute detail. So this is definitely a cool part of this fold out. Now this would make for a great poster if you can get a nice frame for it. It is basically a side view and front view of the Ford Explorer in Jurassic Park, kind of against a blueprint background. It got a bunch of key details there as well, so this is definitely a cool thing for Jurassic Park fans to have. Nice big fold out. Okay, and one thing I didn't mention before, there's also this Dennis Nedry key card from the movie, of course, and that is a cool reproduction in International Genetic Technologies. So it's definitely cool to have a nice picture of Wayne Knight there. So yeah, it's a nice kind of authentic prop to have as well. Now the last thing that's just inside this bag, there's a lot of stuff packed in here. We have these nice page reports, and this one says Provisional Paleontological Report. Has a nice picture of the Velociraptor skeleton from the Grananelli dig site. And on the back, it continues into more details, general description, analysis, and even more. There's the the X-ray picture. So this feels like it's straight from the dig site, which is really nice. Then we also have this, more descriptions and analysis reports and context. And there's like a fake like coffee stain right there to kind of give into the authenticity of this. It's like straight from, like their dig site. And sure enough, on the back, it's signed by Alan Grant and Dr. Sattler. So that's pretty cool to have. And then also on the last, here's a veterinarian report. It has a nice picture of the Triceratops, of course. So it has like details about that. And on the back as well. And this is probably from the park because it's signed by Dr. Harding and also Dr. Ellie Sattler. So it's almost like she stayed behind to help him like fill out this report. I find that kind of cute. So that is a pretty cool detail to have. And this is on like official Jurassic Park paper. So that's pretty cool. So that is it for just this bag that was in here, this little bag right there. So now we're gonna go over to the next set. Oh, but before I do that, here again is the park map unfolded. It is the same as the other park maps and their other sets, but I just wanted to show real quick. Here's the map unfolded. And the other side of it with all those details there is very close to how it is shown in the movie. Of course, they had to change Kodak film to Chroma Gold Plus films. That's always fun to see that, due to rights, of course. So that's still pretty awesome. Okay, so next in this box is the Jurassic Park official guidebook. And it's in like a paperback stock, but it is a pretty thick book, actually. And here's the back of it. Nice, cool image of the park gate right there. You are now entering the lost world of the prehistoric past, a world of mighty creatures long gone from the face of the earth, which you are privileged to see for the first time. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Now, this little paragraph right here, that is straight from the book. So that's pretty cool that they, another book reference right there. So I love that, obviously. So yeah, let's have a look inside this book. I'm not going to show too much, just a few highlights. Right away, this is pretty awesome. As soon as you open it, it says, "Dear John, here is the print proof of the latest revised version of the official park guide. I'm eager to hear your feedback and hope the content meets your expectations. Let me know your thoughts, Ed." Ed refers to Ed Regis, another character from the book that was cut from the films, kind of merged into Donald Gennaro's character. So that is just a really fun kind of fake handwritten detail right there. So I'm just going to show a few more just select spreads of this book just to give you a general idea of what to expect. But it has some really cool exclusive artwork that I just love seeing in here. Now, some of the images that you see here have these little goggles right there. Now, we'll get to those in just a moment. So keep that in mind when flipping through this book, that there's an extra feature that will be handy. Before I get to that, here is a cool metal sign. This is Danger 10,000 volts. And it's just a cool metal sign that you can hang. It doesn't really have anything on the back, of course. Yeah, you can hang that anywhere. Kind of hang it on your electric fence if you got one. So that's pretty cool piece to have as well. And here we are now back inside the box itself. As you can see at the very top, there is a pair of 3D glasses modeled after the night vision goggles from Jurassic Park. So that is cool to have. So the deal is you put these on for some of the pages that are in the book that I just showed you, and they will be in 3D. So that's pretty cool to have some 3D dinosaurs at the end of that cool collector book. But also in here, we have a nice InGen button. As you can see up close, it says International Genetic Technologies, InGen, we make your future. So that is a cool little button to have. This car ID tag, this is Jurassic Park 004. Now this is what would be on the Jeeps, usually in Jurassic Park. I think on the Ford Explorers as well, but especially on the Jeeps, you would see these hanging off of the rear view windows, or rear view mirrors rather. So that's pretty cool to have as well, especially for the car enthusiasts of this franchise. Speaking of which, there is a really cool looking key right here, and it has like a T-Rex insignia right there. So that's pretty awesome. It says Jurassic Park on the back of it. So that is a cool key. And to go with it is this Jeep-inspired keychain that says R. Muldoon on it, obviously for Robert Muldoon from the film and the book. So that's pretty cool to have as well for the Jeep enthusiasts of this series. But there is one more thing in here, wrapped in this plastic. Now I wonder what this could be. Let's have a look. So as you can see right here, that little bag contained this pretty big fold out of the mural from the Lost World Jurassic Park that we see inside of the communication room of the village that they run into near the end. So, I just love this artwork. Pretty awesome mural. And to have it this big and in really good quality too, as you can see, it's a pretty detailed recreation of that image, or a print, I should say. But yeah, it's like on a nice fabric, and you could maybe hang that somewhere. You can put this in a bunch of places. But yeah, this whole thing just contained inside there is pretty crazy. But yeah, I absolutely love this artwork. It might be one of my favorite things from this box. So there we have it. Everything that I just showed you came from this relatively small box, to be honest. It is just jam-packed with all kinds of cool stuff from Jurassic Park and The Lost World, hence Jurassic Park, The Lost Memories. So I absolutely love this box. I think it's probably their best Jurassic Park themed box yet. I still also love their ones they did for Jurassic World. So definitely get this if you're a Jurassic Park fan. This is definitely Definitely a keeper. And hopefully down the line, they'll do something involved with Jurassic Park 3, perhaps. So, here's hoping for that. There's still fans of that. You could have like a Kirby paint and tile plus stuff. You never know. But anyway, so thanks for watching my unboxing. And definitely get this from Dr. Collector.